as we do so, right? Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone on the call. And of course, for those who will be listening on YouTube, this is Sarah Julian, the Sassy Entrepreneur, coming at you with another presentation. For those who are co-hosts, go ahead and help me out here and make sure to let in persons as they are coming in, as I'm focused on the presentation. Really, really appreciate that. But again, I want to welcome everyone to the call. Tonight, we are talking about SCF chain, right? SCF chain and their new addition to the ecosystem, which is FSP. You know, just like all blockchains, blockchains have several coins and tokens that are launched on that chain, right? A blockchain does not only just have one token, but a blockchain has many, many tokens. And we are going to talk about FSP, which is the newest addition to the SCF ecosystem. But before we jump into that, let's start from the beginning so we can understand exactly what is going on and how it affects us. Now, of course, for those of you who have taken the time out to go through the SCF development plan in the past, you would know and you would have seen this particular slide before. This is the SCF group holding structure. So SCF has basically three or four structures inside, right? First of all, they have the SCF technology, which is what we have been taking advantage of since we started inside of this ecosystem last year. Okay, the SCF investment management, right, which allows us to make money on our money. Again, this is something we have been taking advantage of. And then the SCF Foundation, right? The SCF Foundation, which is what this whole area, this whole driving program is positioned around. Okay, so hold on one second. Let me just check something really quick. All right. Okay, that's good. All right, so the SCF Foundation, this is what this entire program with FSP is centered around. Now, why donations? Okay, now blockchains in the space, they normally create something called a foundation, just like the SCF Foundation that we've seen in the previous slide. And the reason for that is to allow for them to make profits inside of their ecosystem without being massively taxed, right? We know that Uncle Sam is always ready to take his piece of the pie. He's always ready to take a piece of the pie. I don't know if some of you have actually been paying attention to your tax returns lately, but there is now a section on your tax return form that asks you, have you made any profits in cryptocurrency this year, right? And if your answer is yes on that form, they proceed to tax you even heavier than if you were to make gains using a normal method, as let's say, for example, a job, right? So why donations? It helps the SCF Foundation with more decentralization, better evolution, taxation, which we mentioned before, research and development helps them to, gain funds, build up funds for research and development, education of the community, and also the hackathon. Now, the SCF Foundation was registered in the Cayman Islands, right? And this company prioritizes social responsibility, gives back to the society through charitable donations and community engagement. It will also continue to support education and philanthropic initiatives to promote the adoption of blockchain technology and advancing social welfare. Now, if you look at the screen, you will see many blockchain foundations that have already been established, like the Bitcoin Foundation, right? Stellar Foundation, Ethereum, IOTA, Near, and so many other blockchains that have created foundations for the exact same purpose, right? If you look on the screen, here is Bitcoin Foundation, bitcoinfoundation.org. So if you want to, do some extra due diligence, you can go ahead and type that into your browser and go look, right? Go check it out. Here's Ethereum's foundation, ethereum.org/n/foundation. And you can find out more about Ethereum's foundations, right? Litecoin, right? And all of these, so many of these well-known cryptocurrencies and blockchains are utilizing what? Donations. They are utilizing foundations in order to help the ecosystem grow. With so much money flowing in and out of the ecosystem, it makes sense, right? So this is why donations. But how do we understand what is a hackathon? So hackathon comes from hacking and marathon. It's an event where people engage in rapid collaborative engineering over a relatively short period of time of 24 to 48 hours. So basically, experts come together on that day at that time and they troubleshoot through various issues that the company may be having. And because you are having so many intellectual minds coming together all at the same time, rubbing minds together to create viable solutions that will help to fast track the ecosystem, fast track the profitability of the ecosystem, and to provide us with more sustainability and all of that inside of this ecosystem. And this is something that we want. We want a system that is running like a well-oiled machine. And in order to eliminate mistakes, you have to call in the big guns. You have to call in persons who have the knowledge, developers who can bring even more applications to the ecosystem in order for it to be one of the best financial ecosystems in the world. If you look at the screen, you'll see that there are so many companies all around the world, well-known companies, who are currently using hackathons to troubleshoot issues that they're having inside of their companies in order to be more efficient, right? Companies like Google, Samsung, Vodafone, even McDonald's, eBay, Dolby, NBC, L'Oreal, and so much more. PayPal, Visa, okay, Frankfurt Airport, KLM, which is an airplane company, right? US Bank, Verifone, and we could go on and on. All of these companies, they utilize hackathons or have used hackathons in order for them to troubleshoot whatever issues that they are having inside of their company and to be able to find quick, efficient solutions to allow them to go to that very next level in their business. Even huge crypto blockchains like Ethereum, BNB, Tron, Solana has also, as you can see, done hackathons, right? Because blockchains go through many different transitions. Sometimes it may be a case of trial and error, but in order to allow for eliminating most of trial and error, you gather some of the best minds from around the world and present the problems and they troubleshoot the solutions. So this is what the hackathon is for. So SCF Hackathon, as you can see, is dedicated fund for ecological incubation of the SCF chain, right? They plan to organize a series of global hackathon conferences and events to incubate more innovative and practical projects that will benefit us. And this is what we want, as their aim is to establish SCF Public Chain as the world's largest financial public chain. There was a announcement released, a video announcement released just yesterday, I believe, on New Year, where they stated that some of the places that they will be visiting is Los Angeles, Dubai, Mumbai, Singapore, Australia, and so many other countries all around the world, gathering information worldwide. So now that you understand what this hackathon is about and why are they utilizing donations, right? Now let's understand what FSP is. FSP is the newest coin in the ecosystem, and it will be the main coin for FinSwap, which is a cross-chain asset exchange. Now, in the entire ecosystem, FinSwap has actually been the application inside of the ecosystem that has been generating the most profit. And therefore, this is why they decided to actually focus on FinSwap and to develop the coin for FinSwap, which is FSP, slated to launch in this year, March, basically in the next 2 months. Okay, in the future, each ecosystem inside of SCF will have its own platform token and establishing trading pairs with SCF. So once the FSP launches, it's going to be paired with the SCF. So you will be able to actually swap SCF that you have for FSP and then FSP to USDT to cash out if you want to, or to hold. Because, that is how you actually make money in the crypto space, is that you buy low and you sell high, right? You buy low and you sell high. And as we know, with FinSwap, it is a cross-chain transaction DEX that does up to 80,000 transactions per second. This is a record in the crypto space, even faster than Ethereum, faster than BNB, faster than Tron. And those are pretty fast, right? But SCF chain is even faster. So the future impact of FinSwap will be, of course, cross-chain liquidation revolution, high throughput, 80,000 plus transactions per second, reduced slippage and risk. So the transaction fees are going to be lower. And of course, we're going to be working on solving industrial challenges, right, in the crypto space. But why FinSwap? Just as we mentioned earlier, big revenue for the company. It generates profit. And of course, it's only a smart business decision if you pinpoint the most profitable part of your business and decide to focus in on that in order to help the company to achieve its goals. Of course, easy adoption because everybody uses FinSwap, right? To swap from their SCF to the FUSD, the FUSD to the USDT, and so on and so forth, right? Fast time to market because it's already here. They're just doing a couple of small tweaks in order to get it ready for the launch of FSP, and of course, being prepared for the crypto bull run, right? Now, why FinSwap? Of course, there are many other decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges in the crypto space. So let's do a little comparison. Now, Binance has a daily trading volume of $10 billion. So imagine if, each user was maybe paying, 2 cents or 10 cents per transaction, and you have a daily trading volume of 10 billion. Can you imagine? Binance is making hundreds of millions of dollars a day. Currently, they have 150 million users, and they started in July 2017. That's many years ago. How about Uniswap? Uniswap has a daily volume of 1 billion, 30 million users, and they started in the year of 2018, right? Let's look at FinSwap. Now we have a total number of 61 million addresses. And if only 610,000 of these activate, the company would have reached its goal. Guess what? Already more than 610 users have activated, reactivated their account and got their FSP. And so we are talking about an ecosystem that we are in with over 61 million users. Now, Binance, in comparison, in their first year only had 1.5 million users. In the first year, only 1.5 million compared to the 61 million that SCF currently has. Do the math, right? Let's take a look at this real quick here, right? In October 19th, 2017, BNB was at what? 3 cents. Okay? BNB was at 3 cents. If you bought $100 worth of BNB that time, you would have gotten 3,333. If you had bought $500 worth, you would have gotten 16,665 BNBs. If you had got 1,000 worth, you would have 33,330, right? BNBs. But guess what? This $100, after BNB hit an all-time high of 600. Hold on. Let me just take this off here. So that you can see this better on the screen. Okay? Take a look at it. So they did a high of $677.47. So that means if you had bought $100 worth of BNB at that time, you would have made $2.2 million. Okay? If you had bought $500 worth at that time, you would have made 11 million. And if you had bought 1,000 worth, you would have made over $22 million worth of what? You would have made over $22 million in profits. $22 million in profits. And this is the type of opportunity that we are currently looking at with FSP. This is the place where millionaires are really made of in the crypto space. So when you donate, you're not just, making a donation, but you are getting something back. What are you getting? You are getting FSP tokens, and you are getting it at the lowest price before the token even launches. So when you purchase, your FSP, whether you purchase 100, 500,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is that you decide you want to do, you earn, first of all, you earn dividends from the transactions of about 0.3% to 100% of the transaction fees being generated by persons purchasing their FSP and also swapping using FinSwap inside of the system. You also get to participate in an incentive program. You get voting rights on FinSwap platform like the DAO system. And you also will get an airdrop from the new listing to FinSwap DEX once the coin has been listed. So the utility of FSP is that it's going to be used for trading fees inside of FinSwap. It's also going to be used as gas fees in the future. It could also be gas fees for SCF as well. They're going to find so many different ways to incorporate it. But as we know, SCF is supposed to be a dual blockchain. SCF chain is the first chain. Then FSP is going to be the second chain, thus making SCF a dual blockchain. And so the SCF and the FSP are going to be the main Titan tokens inside of the SCF ecosystem that will be used for all things and all transactions inside of the ecosystem. There are also going to be deflationary features of the FSP. First of all, there's going to be a burn. Now, we did release a link in the announcement chats where you can actually go on the SCF chain, SCF scan, and see the transactions happening every single time a donation is made. 80% of that goes to us, actually, as commissions, rewards. The other 20%, 10% is burnt, right? 10% is burnt, and then the other 10% goes to the company. So the company is not even trying to take a large cut here. They are only taking 10% and giving the rest of the community 80%, and the other 10% is burnt, right? This FSP that you also receive once the FSP has been launched, it's going to be launched in a linear release. So the coin is going to be launched, and let's say if you bought 10,000 coins, every single day, coins are going to be released to you that you can either hold and wait to your satisfaction till it reaches your target price, or you can, of course, sell it at that point if you want to as well. The choice is going to be yours, but if you just hear my humble recommendation, hold that bad boy till it hits at least a minimum of $100. Now, they have said that they are looking to see this go to 300, but I sincerely believe that it can surpass that, right? I believe that it can surpass that. So let's look at the possibilities here. This here is the Filecoin chart. Okay. Now, when Filecoin launched, it launched at 75 cents per Filecoin. Okay. And it made a high of $245. That is a 300x profit, right? That means that if you had actually bought, let's say, 1,000 Filecoins, so let's look at it, right? So it was launched at 0.75 cents. Let's say you had 1,000 of them. That means you paid $750. And then you made a 300 times profit. You just turned $750 to $225,000, right? Let me just do that again real quick so you can see 75 cents by 1,000 coins, just 1,000 coins, and you did the 300x. You turned $750 into $225,000. This is a type of opportunity that we are really looking at here, guys. There's so much potential. All right. There's so much potential. Right now, you are getting the FSP coin at $1 per coin. So that means if it hits $300 and you have 1,000 coins, right, times $300 per coin, you would have just turned $1,000 into $300,000. Is it worth it or not, right? That is a question that you have to ask yourself. Is this worth it or not? I don't know about you, but it is worth it for me because this is what millionaires are made of when it comes to the crypto space. So we have an amazing opportunity here. We already have the community, over 61 million users, right? Secondly, we have timing. Now look at this chart here. This is the Bitcoin halving timeline. Now, historically, what always happens when Bitcoin is in its halving period is that there is a bull run. Look at that, right? Halving, bull run, halving, bull run, halving, bull run. Okay? History has a way of repeating itself over and over again. History have a way of repeating itself. And we are now approaching the fourth halving of Bitcoin, which will happen in April of this month, just a couple of months away. This is going to happen. Where will Bitcoin go next? 100,000, 150,000, 200,000? But no matter where it goes next, what inevitably happens when the crypto bull run starts is that coins, all different types of low market cap coins in the crypto space start pumping. Coins that are just launched do 1,000x, 2,000x, 3,000x, 5,000x. We've seen it happen so many times. It was during such a time as that. That was when Shiba Inu, I'm sure most of you heard about Shiba Inu. It was a time such as that. Right after the Bitcoin halving was when Shiba Inu launched and did that massive, I believe about 3,000x, where people literally became multimillionaires and billionaires from Shiba Inu. Now, no matter how Bitcoin goes right now, no matter how high Bitcoin goes, guess what? You can't make as good a profit on Bitcoin as you could make on SCF or any other low market cap coin. Why? Because Bitcoin is already at a very high price. Currently, Bitcoin is at about 40,000, between 40 to 45,000 dollars. That means just to attain one Bitcoin will cost you 45,000. So if you bought a Bitcoin at $45,000 and let's say Bitcoin went to $100, you just made 2x, right? That's all you made because the price is already high. But when you look at a coin like FSP, where you are now able to get it at $1 and accumulate as many as you want right now at that price, you buy it at $1, let's say it goes to $300, that's a 300x. It goes to 500, that's 500x. It goes to even $10, that is 10x, right? The potentials are limitless. There is so much that can happen between now and then. And we have what it takes to really drive this and take this to the next level. Here they give you an example of it, right? We're looking at this, right? Bull run, bull run. This is what happens every single time Bitcoin is in halving. And guess what? Ethereum is also going to be in its halving phase as well. So both Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be halving in a couple of months, which predicates the entrance of the next crypto bull run. And you would want to make sure that you are properly positioned. Timing and positioning is key when it comes to making massive gains in cryptocurrency, right? This is where you buy. Right down here, this is where you buy. And then you hold it till up here and then you sell. This is where you buy, right? This is where you buy. Not up here, but down here. This is where you buy. Buy low, sell high. So what are the highlights? Number one, Bitcoin's fourth halving is happening. Ethereum's third halving is happening. We enter the era of metaverse, GameFi, NFTs, DeFi, tokenization of assets, everything, the temperature, the timing, the positioning of now is very key. You want to make sure to position yourself for this massive bull run. Let's look at the price projection. So as we mentioned, first of all, they have the support from the community builders, the leaders, on all of the people in the community, like you and me. The FSP burn mechanism, 10% of those donations is being kept to what? Buy back FSP and burn it out of circulation to push the price up higher. The linear release, just like how your mind is releasing your SCF for you every single day, that is the same thing that's going to be happening with your FSP. You're going to be getting some coins every single day. It's going to be releasing that to you. in order for there not to be a glut on the market with too many FSP coins to cause the coin to crash, right? And then we have the best timing, of course, the crypto bull run. All of the fundamentals are in our favor, and there is so many amazing things that can happen in that timing. The question is, will you be able to cash out in this amazing opportunity when that time comes? So are you ready for the next bull run? If the highest peak of FSP is $300 and this is being conservative, then 1,000 FSP will be worth over $300,000, right? Holding FSP will also start earning you dividends every day. So you're earning dividends in more SCF, more FUSD that you are now going to be able to swap for FSP or swap for USDT very, very soon. You'll also be eligible for other FinSwap benefits, right? So this is what we are talking about when we speak about FSP. And why should we? Why should we is because we want to make sure that we are positioned to cash out massively in the coming months ahead. And so as we go forward and we start doing our donations and make sure that we accumulate as much as possible, right? Don't just stop at 100. Don't just stop at 200 coins. Accumulate as much as possible, because the more coins that you have is the more profits that you are going to bank. So as you come in, what you need to consider is your risk to reward ratio. There has been no millionaire or billionaire that has ever gotten to where they are without any type of risk, right? No one has gotten to where they are without any type of risk. You have to take a risk in order to win big. So consider this, right? Risk. If I started with $1,000, for example, or $100, or whatever it is you want to do, the choice is yours. Can you afford to lose it? That is the first thing. That's one of the first rules when it comes to investments. Always put in what you can afford to lose. Don't go using your rent money. Don't go taking any loans. Don't lease out your house. Don't do any of that crazy stuff, right? Use your play money. How long the project can last. As you can see, we have started with SCF from since the beginning of 2023. We are now in the beginning of 2024, and the project was there before we even came into the project. I think that if this is a company that wanted to run away, they could have done that many times over, but they are still here. Now, furthermore, they are expatiating on the ecosystem. They are adding a new token and a new coin into the ecosystem, which we will all be able to cash out massively on in the next coming months. And they are looking to do the hackathons, events all over the world: Los Angeles, Dubai, Mumbai, Australia, Jamaica, all over the world. Is this easy to duplicate? Well, I think we know it is very, very easy to duplicate. How much time needed to commit, right? Is it worth spending the time? And what's the projected income after 1 week? What's your reward? What's the projected income after a month, 3 months, 1 million, right? Can I make 1 million? Can I make 10,000? Can I make 20,000? Can I make 100,000? What is the upside? What can I gain by risking XYZ? So let's talk more about that. So the FSP market plan is one of the highest paying out in the market. Okay, they're paying out over 80% from the plan, from the donations, is being paid out to the community. Okay, fast payment every day at 2 a.m. Singapore time, which is in Eastern time, about 1 o'clock our time, that's 12 Central, right? You're paid. Easy to duplicate. You only need 2 legs, just like you did before. You just need 5 directs, and then you only need to build 2 legs for those who are builders, right? You only need 2 legs, and you can do it in a 2x2 type of system where 2 gets 2, get 2 gets 2, however is easier for you, right? No overpaying a long-term marketing plan. So basically, what you get paid is whatever sales happen for that particular day, that is what you get paid on, right? So there's nothing where the company will be overpaying to allow them to be in the situation that they were before. They decided to come up with a plan that will allow for persons to get paid generously, but also will allow for the company not to overpay, which was very important. So let's look at it, right? So here you make 30% on the first level. That's all your directs. You make 30% on whatever amount they decide to donate. 5% on the second level, 4% on the third, 3% on the fourth, 2% on the fifth. Okay, a total payout down 5 levels of 59%. All right, and then 1 second, right? You also earn on your ranks as well. So as you rank up inside of the system, you are able to earn even more. Now, once you have 5 directs, it allows you to earn down 20 levels. Okay, that is 20 levels of any type of donation happening at any point in time. You are earning, and you are earning in USDT that you can actually withdraw and use, right? However you decide to. So what is the qualifying criteria for the ranks? 50,000 team sales with 5 direct sponsors, same GM, right? 150K team sales with 2 GMs, VP, and you're earning 8% of your entire team volume, right? 500K with 2 VPs, that's SVP, right? 2 million with 2 SVPs, ED, 6 million with 2 EDs, MD. And then there's a new rank called GP. So there's no longer MD plus or MD plus plus or MD plus plus. There is just GP, which is 15 million in sales with 2 MDs. And that allows you to get 20% additional team management bonus on your entire team volume per day. That is on new volume happening every single day. And just like the old plan, there is a earnings quota. So regular persons can earn up to 3 times. So let's say, for example, as a regular user, you don't really have a rank, but let's say you did $500. That means you can earn up to 3 times of that in commissions. You can earn $1,500. Okay. GM 4 times, VP 5 times, SVP 6 times, going all the way to GP, which is 9 times whatever it is that you have donated. That is how the cookie crumbles here, right? So if you look at this, using a 2x2 matrix structure, for example, right? On the first level, let's say you had 2 directs on the first level, you just made $300. That is assuming that everyone came at $500, okay? By the second level, that's $100. Third level, 160, fourth, 240, and so on. In total, that's over $2,000 in commissions. And we're just talking about, let's say, a particular day, okay? And it goes all the way down. As you can see, you see the levels here, 8 to 14, right? You're earning 1% down those levels over and over again, right? You could, at the end of the day, end up have earned $162,000, 560. That is insane. Going all the way down 20 levels, right? You have the potential of earning up to $10 million So is it worth it? I believe so. If every single person on this call right now actually takes a look at your back office, especially if you have a team or you referred people to SCF before, go to your SCF wallet, open your profit page, go to your team volume, see the volume that is there, look at that number, whatever number that is there. This is money that you missed out on, because those people, they activated their account, but you was not activated. That means that whatever commission that you would have gotten from that rolled up to someone else above you, right? And you can prevent that from happening and make sure to be able to receive that by simply activating your account, getting yourself some FSP, accumulating your FSP whilst we prepare for this massive launch that is about to happen. So don't continue losing out on those commissions that you could be getting every single day. Right now, you could be earning, making money every single day inside of the system. Okay? Now, as you know, you need 5 directs, but you only need 2 legs to build, right? So you could put 2 of your leaders on your first 2 legs, and then the other 3 you can just open those yourself if you want, or if you have other persons who are actually activating their account, even better yet, right? You then allow them to do so, and you continue to build under your builders. Okay, but guys, this is simply how it goes. So to achieve 20 levels, it could take about 20 weeks or 5 months. And 5 months, you could have made over $1 million, right? Over $1 million. And then if you have at least 2,000 FSP and the coin hits $300, you have just turned $2,000 into $600,000, right? If you had, let's look at it. If you had 500 coins and it went up to $300, you just turned $500 into $150,000. So is it worth it? Ask yourself that question. If you did $5,000, right, and it went up to 300, you would have just turned 5,000 into $1.5 million. Is it worth it? Answer that question, right? The numbers don't lie. If you did 2,000, right, times 300, you just turned $2,000 into $600,000. You can even maximize that. If you have FUSD in your wallet, you can even maximize that. Let's say you decided you wanted to do $2,000, and then you did a mixed donation of 2,000 USD with 2,000 FUSD. That's $4,000, right? That's $4,000. You can utilize your FUSD that way, and you would have just turned your 4,000 into 1.2 million. So is it worth it? The answer is a resounding yes. But of course, I cannot answer that question for you. It's a resounding yes for me. But is it a resounding yes for you? If it is a yes for you, drop some yeses in the chat for me now. If you understand this information that I'm sharing with you right now, drop some yeses in the chat for me right now, right? Because we are looking at something here that can create so much amazing wealth, more than you ever imagined or thought, right? More than you could ever imagine or thought. And what does that take from you? The only thing it takes from you is to take action. Action takers are money makers. Action takers are money makers every single day. Are you willing to risk $1,000 so that you can make over $1.6 million? Action takers are money makers. So as you take in this information and you mull it over and you decide what your risk to your reward ratio is and what you want it to be, take the steps that you should be taking right now. Take massive action, get yourself some FSP, position yourself for the major crypto bull run that is about to come. Because this is the thing of the gods. This is the thing of millionaires. This is what has made them. All these people that you've heard about that became millionaires overnight using Bitcoin or Cardano or Shiba Inu or any of these other coins, Ethereum, all of these people that you have heard of that have become millionaires in the crypto space is because they were smart enough to position themselves when the coin was so low and when it was so early. And they held that bad boy for dear life. They hodled that, HODL. I'm sure you guys have heard that term so many times before in this crypto space. They hodled, they held on for dear life. And then they sold at the high and cashed out massively in wealth that could transform their entire lives and the lives of their families. So the question is, what are you going to do? Early adopters are whom is going to benefit from this amazing opportunity. Are you going to let this pass you by simply because of fear, which is false expectations appearing real? Or are you going to actually take the risk to create that amazing life that you want? The choice is yours. So this is the end of the presentation. I'm going to go ahead and just